we're back. Why are you offering Reeve as a sacrifice? I leave for 5 seconds. I leave for 5 seconds and you're already sacrificing your own. Okay. I love your mouse hovering over timeout, Reeve. Oh no. Wait, how do I turn it off? No, I was gonna change the time. Wait, no, I was gonna change the time on it. How do I do? Apache, help! How do I do this? How do I change it back? Hold on, I screwed up. No, wait, bring it. Oh no, wait. How do I? Is it in here? Shoot. Oh, thank you. I have no idea how to do that. I was gonna do it for like the 1 second thing, but it didn't let me change the time on it. How do I change the time on that? Oh, dang. Sorry. Accident. I was just gonna be a little shit, but I I didn't realize how long that was gonna be. So, how long did I time Reeve out for? An amount that was not the 1 second that I wanted to do. I wanted to do 1 second. I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I didn't know that it was that long. Ah! I've been bonked twice. 3 times. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's totally fair in this case. It's been 3,000 years and the first thing I do is time you out. He's back, Phantom! Okay, fine. I feel bad, so I'll do it. I'll do it. Ara. There. I felt bad. Oh, come on! Oh, come on! Ara. Disappointed. Ooh, woo. You joined at the most sus time. Oh, come on, you guys. Oh my god! Oh wow, more like, oh, whoa. And you know, like, yeah? Okay, at least I get a sip of water that is not dissolved Fontainians. Oh my god. What have I started? You know, like... Woo? There, you're abusing your power. Stop. Wriothesley is right here. You're embarrassing me. You know, like, yeah. I've provoked the Eldritch being up. I have provoked the Eldritch being. Okay. Disappear into the sea of voice redeems. Wriothesley's just hand on his hips, just like, what are you doing, woing and ara-araing at me? I am talking about serious things, the end of Fontaine as we know it, and what are you doing? I think it gave the points back because I think Apache set it to free redeems for like a minute. It should be normal now. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, Fontaine, end of the you know, like anyway. You want it to be fair? Alright, Fontaine ending. Very bad.
If this place
the cats will
falls,
die
then
too. It's real bad.
Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird.
It gave it back again.
Why would the Fortress of Meropide be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial
You
sea?
rejected it. Oh, that's true. Who did build this place? Save it for another abuse of power.
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring.
Wait, really? I was live. For the whole time. It didn't even blip on me, I don't think. Or it might have once. I think it did. No, it did blip on me. Never mind. But that is really weird.
It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meropide in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon Egeria ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished.
Oh, huh. Luckily you can't set it. That's good. Did I try out the new 6.5 content? I have. I have done all of it, and good stuff. I think you have to use that, like the command at the start or something. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that is how you do it. Himalaya! Listen, my patron deity was Oshan, so I was eating good. Himalaya! Why are you calling her that?
The criminals received no
Limlane.
sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced
whoops.
only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do.
Huh.
The Hydro Archon took pity on them and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves."
Sorry, Lisa Lomasa. This doesn't sound like a fun beach holiday. No, it doesn't. It seems pretty unpleasant. 0 out of 5
And
stars.
so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home.
Guys, this beach episode is getting real weird.
And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves.
You heard Ridesley. You heard him. You would regain your freedom once you've sufficiently redeemed yourself. No wholesomeness, only bullying.
But as time
That's
went
what you
on,
have all taught me.
people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld.
Chat would never bully you. That's a lie. There is a literal command for that. I can't believe that Firestar's gaslighting you.
Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past.
But I never added that command. That wasn't me. And it was added because you were bullying him. So, welcome back to the high five.
After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress.
Oh,
I
shoot.
learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
Shoot, thanks for gifting us up to Molly? It's 500 out of points. I mean, you have redeemed yourself. Thanks. I won't time you out now. Kidding. Claim your free melting state. I gave you one. No more. I mean that I won't for the rest of today. The last bit of this cutscene. But you will on request. Oh, that's amazing. That's true. I won't. I never said about you would or wouldn't. Anyway.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
That promise holds no water? No, there's water everywhere. There's so much water. A little too much, and it's now toxic. Can we time Julie out? Ha! That's called blip, and that's already happened.
Indeed. That's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
Hey, you don't think that the prophecy isn't really so much a prophecy as it is just kind of like a warranty, right? Like just like a, hey, after so and so amount of years, the mechanisms in the machine need to be like fixed or like replaced because it's not going to keep holding the water back. Like, is that what that actually is? Because that sounds actually kind of reasonable as a part, like, and that knowledge got lost at time, so it's just like it's just a spooky prophecy. But literally, it's just, hey, we should fix the gate, probably. You know, talking to you about your expiring warranty, and we're just like, no! Who are you? Do you believe in
To be
prophecies?
frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate.
Not so much a prophecy as it is recreating what's already happened. Maintenance, yeah, it's... That's what it sounds like it actually was. It might have started as that and then became like a spooky story. The hieroglyphics are just IQ instruments.
Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
Have you checked to see if the gate can be fixed?
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something.
There's just like a little note in the corner, just like, there's a giant abyssal whale into the primordial sea. It'll break the gate eventually. Get it fixed in a few centuries. The warranty expired last year. Oh no, now we can't get it like fixed for free.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Oh, that's what you're doing here.
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Yes, he is. Please continue talking.
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
Yeah, now that I see him, it's just like, okay, that's what they mean by the experiments. They've been trying to help with figuring out how to get back to sea.
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
Just buy a brand new Fontaine?
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
Debatably, you could say that no, we have souls.
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
I will fight you.
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
That does sound familiar. I can't remember exactly who it is. I can't place.
Good. Saves me a bit of time explaining.
Oh no, I should have asked.
Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar.
Oh
with
wait,
that
Edwin
field.
was the one who made Seymour, right?
I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the fortress of Meripede?
Well, that's one way to guarantee that the gate opens.
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already
sorry?
imagining it in my head.
Well, if you've been working in a place long enough.
Gotta admit.
Oh, you made the
checked
research
as
instead.
well.
Right. Guys,
Guys, focus! Focus!
stop it with the explosions. That's Plan Z.
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical
Elaine.
consultants.
Yeah.
While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you two sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
I don't know if this is the time or place, but it is funny.
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
It's just technology. Although, the other countries, like, it gets progressively more technologically advanced as it goes on.
Really thinks everything's super cool.
That's true. I wish I could read their minds. If only I had Nahida. Okay. So we're under the water, right? That's out into the sea.
Well, let's spice it up a bit.
Are we gonna see a whale? Are you going
And
whale
here
watching?
you go.
Aha! I was kind of right.
What a
That's a
huge
boat.
ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
Sorry, are we pulling an Ellen Walker on all this? I actually have no idea. I don't think any of my lines have really included French, so I have no idea.
How much do you know about Fontanian history?
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown,
Oh,
Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty.
Lemurian or Romurian?
According to legend, the Lemurian
Those are-
king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee.
Sorry. No, I don't want to fight a
Taking the
bee.
golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves.
I hope the bee is just like a type of ship or something because, oh god, bees.
He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search
Lemur,
for
okay.
new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Yeah, I want instead of Nervalet, it's like Nervalet is like is that how it's supposed to be actually said? Nervalet? Is that closer? Like the Stengel? Kinda. Huh, yeah, that is a ship.
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Lemurian drum. Oh. Let's see. Nervalet. Nervalet. Is the H silent? There's so many silent letters.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the Primordial Sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Okay, so Monsieur Nervalet. Double Nervayet? Nervayet!
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontanians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
Why can't you share your plan? This is like Endwalker all over
For the
again.
workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call.
This is just a prequel to 14.
All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions?
Are you measuring things in amounts of tea? Like, how do you know the specific number that'll help? Why 3? Alright.
Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back.
Why drink only 3 cups of tea when you can make a pot and then just chug all of it down?
I'll leave you here for now.
1 to help us through it and 2 more just because. You know what? Fair enough.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, you dropped a lot on us.
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
Do we actually get a choice? Wait, do we actually get a choice?
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
Hope you guys get a good dental care routine. Yeah, tease. That's true. You know, I actually did used to make a lot of tea cakes. Like, when I was younger. for my like the baked good that I would bring into like school events and stuff. It was like this one recipe I found online and it was really good. I had like little tins to make them pretty. Good stuff. Anyway, hey guys, things are... Oh, he threw a lot at us. Okay.
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh my god, tea. Everyone has tea.
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Because tea is good, Paimon.
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear two people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
It was Novelet and Risley, huh? So is Risley actually pronounced that way in French? If we're going like actual French? Coffee or tea? Wrong, it's tea. It's always tea. I mean, in my family, we use the dishwasher as storage, so we don't actually use it as a dishwasher. But yeah, baking, I bake simple things. I can't really do anything terribly complex. Risley is English. Oh, it's not a French name. Oh, shoot. Well, never mind then. No wonder it's spelled... Actually, no, I can't say anything about that. So it is just Risley. Hey guys, Risley just told us that Fontaine is, it's probably doomed. How are you guys doing? Same. Just hand wash it. Yeah, you just hand wash it. It, builds character or something. I don't know.
Must have been Risley and Sijuin.
Or Sichuan.
Yeah, I heard one male voice and one female, so it should have been the two of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
Calling him Worcester is more accurate. Oh, that, you know what? I'll keep calling him that then. Am I gonna get Nerve or Rai? I already have Novelet, so I already have him. He has a laser. It's cool. Oh wait, flame now. Oh, hey, drops are a thing. Anyway, the fortress is basically Australia. That's true. And I didn't swap out Ayato. I didn't swap out Ayato because Ayato I use more as like sub DPS. I feel like Novelet you kind of need to use as like an on-field DPS, yeah? So, also I can't really level him.
I really can't make sense of this place.
I might make a team around him once I finish catching up on all the story and I start team building.
So,
That'll be a while though.
Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
What didn't we learn?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations?
Glad you seem like
Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
we're about to give you another panic attack with what we've just learned. I'm so sorry. Kill the backlog. Yeah, I have to go through all the backlog.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijuin is also busy with something or other. So let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Mirapede.
Magic pockets are not gonna be enough. You're right.
Whoa, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's Arlini. Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Mirapede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
I mean, you got like 80% of the way there, so good on ya.
You're super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
Okay, cool. No choice. We get to just tell him.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
I still hold that it's not really so much prophecy as a, hey, make sure you change out the gears so that it doesn't bail on you.
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to
warranty.
figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Risley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father over to his side, which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side.
Petunia would absolutely see a warranty and then call it a prophecy of the end times.
The two of you have
Hydro
already aided
official.
us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of
Aww.
us basically see you as family now.
We've been adopted!
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
We've been adopted.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Hey, we can work again.
Given your strength, you might not need our help at all. But if you are ever in danger, we will try our best to protect you.
I don't think we've joined the Fatui. But we do have an in if we need to.
Aw, the
We need to
makes
infiltrate.
Paimon feel
Ooh.
all warm and safe inside.
She also feels, her three stomachs feel hollow and empty inside.
Paimon's hungry.
Oh, you've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Alright. Let's talk to him one more time.
I feel like I should try to become someone more capable of helping.
You're incredibly helpful. Lenny thinks so too.
Yeah, you two are always telling me not to push myself, but aren't you just like that as well?
They're cute. They're a cute bunch. Well, I believe that... Okay, question. Is this just the end of the quest? Because if it is, I'll go and wrap it up very quickly. So it's gonna be very soon? Okay. 20 minutes. Half an hour? Okay, I'll go finish it. For the sake of Nilu and her waiting, twiddling her thumbs. Oh no!
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Am I dead?
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijwin?
And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
It's gonna be purple meat.
Huh. You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria.
Does she give off the vibe that she wouldn't?
What would you like to eat?
It's not a gotcha?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Halsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Then I will have... I feel like I'm about to get something funky.
Me too! Don't forget Paimon!
I feel like we're about to get something funky because, our sense of taste is different. Traveler, you know this! It was evident!
No problem. Just leave it to me.
Traveler Paimon, you know this! Oh, dang it. Oh? Okay, no, never mind. They were good. They were good. Okay. Nutrition, health drinks. Okay, fair enough. Oh.
So delicious.
Except the shakes, apparently. Free dinners are the absolute best.
Is this how it feels to be freeloaders? Wait a second, we did do plenty of work after all.
Well, Paimon, you should be familiar with it. Okay, anyway.
Feeling full yet? How's the food? Delicious.
Exquisite.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment.
Body language isn't really... It's not that telling for everyone. Like, it's not blanket. You can't really...
Sijui,
I'm not gonna go into that.
do you think this will help your patients or to better understand human beings? A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melusine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you. You're really good at taking
Right,
care of
I
people.
was given food.
Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister.
Let me... Okay. There we go. I have become slightly larger.
Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear. Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well? Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Colorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Colorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother.
You know, he could have mentioned that.
Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Mr. Colorand had returned.
Claran is just sitting there like, I thought I was supposed to get food. Sijin, come back. Why have you...
Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger. You were all super considerate and really thought everything through.
I don't know about the emotional damage.
It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader.
Does Sijin have toes? I mean, she has, like, hand fingers, so probably has toes.
Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
Excuse me? That's something. Hand fingers. Yeah, as opposed to the feet fingers.
Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just dead! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Clorand!
Hello.
It's you two.
How's dinner?
It's all right. Miss Sijwin really put in a lot of effort.
So we heard that Risley invited you to come down to help, and you saved Fremonade too. You sure work super fast.
Oh, it was child's play.
Still, Paimon didn't know even champion duelists could take on side jobs. Oh, and why aren't you eating with Sijwin and the Duke? Won't you get bored eating by yourself?
Oh my god, the yeet has manifested.
Miss Sijwin was with you, and the Duke has business of his own.
Actually, didn't Navia say that you went out for dinner with her as well?
Yeah. First time in a long time.
First time in a long time? So you mean you've gone out to dinner with her in the past?
In the past, yes. You seem to be enjoying yourselves here.
Well, enjoy is a strong word.
Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily.
But what about if I run around necessarily? So, back to the dorm. Aw, they were friends before she killed her dad. Oh. All right. There we go.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Debatably. Who needs sleep, though? Nothing could possibly happen. She's just... just out. Okay. Oh no, that means something terrible is gonna happen. It's not good.
Delicious. Paimon wants
Are we gonna
to
get another tartar sauce vision?
for free.
It's like a little plushie. Night. Oh, tartar sauce vision. Right? 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 Whale?
Get out of my way!
Never mind.
What happened? Why is everyone running?
No, we're waking
No
up.
idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Aww.
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
Are people dissolving? Did the gate open? Throw wide the gates so that the water may pass. So...
Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Bye!
Hey, wait!
I can swim. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was thinking that the gate
What's
opened.
wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
I think they're fleeing to higher ground.
Here! There you are!
What?
Oh, thank
Hi.
goodness.
Oh, you guys have got her back. Oh man, you guys are great.
Quisto and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now.
Uh-oh.
His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Lavaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
I am glad that they're really the best. They're the best guys. They you know, stepping back to make sure we're okay. They're great. The bombshell bros. Yes, you're right.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up?
Aww,
Certainly my idea.
Shy.
Hey, shut up!
These are great.
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
The gate is opening. The gate is opening. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, it can't be that thing.
Don't worry about it.
What? What? Hey, where are you going?
Don't worry. We can swim.
We have to go find the Duke. You two just go and get out. Go on without us.
We can swim. It's fine. Why would you need to swim? Don't worry about it.
Careful!
Attention, please evacuate upwards and outwards.
Time to do the opposite.
Outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
For a second, I thought it already started flooding, but I don't think it has yet.
Attention, please.
Let's go. Oh, I hope that Lenny, Lynette, and Femine didn't. I hope they're evacuating. Because like we won't dissolve. At the very least, we won't dissolve, even if we overdose. They can, and that's not good. Cutscene. Hi.
They're here.
Just like I said.
Whale? Is it whale time? I have no idea if it's a whale, but like, I think it's a whale.
Be ready to run.
Answer, punch it. Did tartar sauce become the whale? Oh no, that's bad. Oh, I don't like how alive this water is. Freeze it? Maybe it's water? Oh, but it seems like somewhat sentient. I don't think that's gonna hold it. That's not gonna hold it. Don't rest on your laurels. Freeze it again? Oh, don't dissolve, don't dissolve, don't dissolve.
3, 2, 1.
Oh. Slide, slide, slide into home plate, slide into home plate. Oh my god.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
Okay, Wriothesley I get. He can freeze the water. Clorinde, what's your plan
The gate.
here?
How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Clorinde, what is your plan? She can shoot the water. That's not gonna help! It's water! Like, another pair of eyes. To do what? Perceive that it's gonna drown everybody? What's it gonna do?
Why are you here?
He will have otter. She could have just stood next to the switch. She broke the switch, which was the point of her being there. She used Electro to overload it and then cause the gates to go down, which is good. What's her angle now?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately.
And I need you to go down to the prison immediately.
Farina will soon be meeting with the Knave there. You must protect Farina and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her. Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
The water, like, physically recoils when it sees her pull out a gun. Like, wait, no, don't. That seems real mean. That's a little much, don't you think? Well, I'm glad that he's already on his way there. Cool. Yeah, make sure they don't drown and dissolve. Yeah, it's like right here. Okay. Challenge the water to a duel. There's a lot of water. I don't think she's winning that one. Let's not be too hasty. The water is just very... I mean, well, it is the souls of a lot of people. Maybe it can think. Maybe it can be reasoned with. Charisma, the water.
There are a ton of Fatui and Palais Mermonia people over there. The Knave is probably here already. We need to hurry.
I'm gonna incapacitate both of them with Electro.
Are you two the Traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Neuvillette has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of your abilities.
I need to protect her from herself. She's gonna talk herself into something bad. She needs supervision. I don't know any champion duelists with the cryovision. Oh well. Clorinde. Zap it. Are we an adult? Well, we're like 200 years old or something. 500? I forgot the number. Hi! He's...
So you
seems
two
tense.
are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Hi, I know your kids. We met.
Of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this?
You...
I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
She needs parental supervision. But speaking of, your kids are really lovely. They're doing well in school.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
So this is the name. The head of the House of the Hearth and the Linny... Oh, and Linny siblings. The Linny siblings' father. Certainly does not seem easy to do. Oh, greetings.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Oh yeah, Melusine shot your kids in prison, but don't worry about that. They're doing fine. They are okay. They nearly died, but they're okay. They're having fun at summer camp.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do
Linny.
You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time.
That is a soup bowl. That's not a teacup. That's the whole kettle.
See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
Only 16? That seems like a bad business practice. Giant beds, giant cups, giant chairs? That seems comfy, actually. Write that down. I would rather not have a cup that big because, like, it'll get cold and, like, I don't know. It's better to have, like, you know, the teapot with, like, a tea cozy and stuff. I don't have a tea cozy, but I have seen them. They're cute. Oddly specific, 16 slices, you're right. Maybe they only make one cake a day or something. Birds around here are giant too. That's true. Everything's bigger in Fontaine. She seems friendly enough, but that can't be all there is to her. The Knave is a force to be reckoned with. Should be very cautious around her.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
It certainly looks good. Oh, did we take a bite? It's good.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all.
The god of wet
You
and keep
do
it
share
warm.
a taste
Oh no,
in
that's
desserts with
god of
Farina
hot.
and I.
Wait, Child should have no reason to have said something like that.
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
Okay. Look at those layers. Maybe, what kind of cake is it? It seems like a pretty standard cake. So it's not anything special, right? Risley drinks 3 of these at once. He has a bigger cup actually, specifically for tea. It's just like basically like I don't know, a thermos worth, and then he just drinks that whole thing as like a sip. They are really hydrating here. Fair enough. Well, I have faith in his ability.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
He doesn't drink them, he chugs them. Oh, so like when I drink tea and take them like shots. I do that sometimes. A lot of the time. That's beside the point. Rena looks quite nervous. Must be some kind of bad blood between her and the Knave.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right.
He just needed.
I almost forgot.
He wants to replace the
Child was
primordial sea
subdued by
with.
Eudex Nuvillette right in front of you.
Oh.
Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Nuvillette.
Yeah, Farina does need a hug, honestly. She seems too young to be in these kinds of situations. So I managed to find a few leads on his whereabouts, so we are holding up our end of the bargain.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
Matcha cake?
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
You did not give us a deadline. No, you're good, you're good. Investigation takes time. And if you can't be patient enough to do that, then you're just not going to get anything at all.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Yeah, we keep getting weird, funky visions.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Fortress of Mirapede.
I'm gonna ask us for the evidence.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
That is something we don't know. But we do know that he left.
Well,
Oh no, Paimon's statement just asks
The fortress of Mirapede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
He had a whale friend. We don't know. But there was also no evidence that he's been injured or.
Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately
He's a
unavailable,
playable character.
I picked
Look
up
at the
on his
Honkai series. And I mean the series, not just like Star Rail, but like the series itself. Anyway.
Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it something like that?
Do not bring her up. I don't know who you're talking about. I have no idea who you could be talking about. Hydrate. That's fair. I will hydrate. I have no idea how he writes his letters. Man never wrote me a single letter. Also, he wouldn't write the letter like that. He's turning up the pressure. Not sure if I'll be able to convince her. But I can at least try to distract her from Farina. That sounds good to me. Yeah.
all letters tend to
My
follow
close Star Rail
the
mix.
few formats anyway, right? As long as
Oh,
the
that's true.
contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded.
Now, while it's true that there are like formats for things, like generally understood practice, the idea is to make it seem like it's him writing it. Also, yeah, Farina, we're trying to divert attention from you. You just drew attention right back to yourself. Girl, no.
Hold on. The
Huh?
water in the teacup is shaking.
Don't draw attention to it, Paimon!
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
It's bubbling.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Huh? Uh-oh. Are we okay? Yeah, this is literally all Risley. Cloran's there for moral
My
support.
thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows?
I think you know.
Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Plausible deniability. All right. How will he fare against? What does this water taste like? Time for another episode of Nervalette's Water Reviews. Oh.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race.
Ooh.
A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Lore-wise, ooh. I really wonder if that has to do with Celestia.
Seems like the
Ooh,
problem
okay.
has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
I don't know.
Indeed. But only for now.
Yeah, the word choice is very interesting there. there has been a sentence and Fontaine has been sentenced to perish. And that's so interesting.
I win this.
Also, I want that.
You owe me a present.
I really want that OST on Spotify. Gosh, that was a really good one.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
You know your friends.
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
You're right, Cloran was literally there just to see the bet through. Nothing else. I helped. I was
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
My work here is done, Cape. You didn't do anything.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
Is it always tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of
clapping.
legal awareness, would it?
One tiny little pom-pom. Not even like a full-size pom-pom. It's just like a tiny one. Like it's like a little, on a little like little flag or something.
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke.
No more grumbling.
Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Marmonia for long.
How long will that seal on the primordial water last, though? Yay, you can do it. Keep on at it. You've got this. Flipping through a book.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
Nope! Everything went wrong! It'll last until 4.3.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house.
But we haven't even discussed your children. They're very lovely. That's like my only point of conversation with her.
Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a
Flex
clue?
tape, no! Why is that teacup more like soup? But right? It's literally a soup bowl with a handle.
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland.
Yeah, I can't blame her for saying this, to be perfectly honest.
But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
Just have to do all of this. It's... Oh, the existence of guillotines. It's an expression. Maybe guillotines are completely, different in this world. But regardless, yeah.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now.
Because, that's also the thing. It's just, you say that you've been doing things, but if there's no proof of it. Like a court. If there's no proof, then they're not gonna believe it.
Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
Yeah, she has a point. I don't think that Farina is doing nothing. She's clearly been worrying about this. But it is, I can see where the name is coming from.
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me.
Yeah, she probably has reasons for hiding it too. I do get it. So, they both have a point, is the thing. Because, like, they can't really reveal their hand to each other, they don't know that each side is doing things.
Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
Yeah, and it's just like, on the other hand, pointing out like that she's like drinking tea and having like snacks and stuff, like that doesn't mean she's not doing anything. She doesn't have to like, you know, choose to avoid like having tea and snacks with like pretty high ranking guests and stuff. Diplomacy, forgoing diplomacy or anything. I don't know. They all have points. They also both have like their own like, I guess kind of like, I don't want to say pitfalls, but like they have holes in their arguments as well. Yeah, the light and dark composition. Marina's not acting like her usual self. She's actually seriously refuting the knave's accusations. She means what she says. She's not putting on a front.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
Yeah. The knave is asking the leader to assuage the fears of their people. I can see it. So, was that all a lie? Or can she really not tell us? She was so full of conviction and confidence just now, but now she's deflated like a popped balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I get what she's trying to say, but the way that she's framing her statement is really not good for a diplomatic meeting or even assuaging any kind of fears of her people sort of a situation. Like, she can't say it. That's end thing right there. She can't say what they're working on, or else it won't work. And that's fine. Like, you can say, like, we are working on things. It's not something we can reveal to the public, or else things could possibly fail. So we can't say it. But also, it's just like, man, saying things like, oh, beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them, that's just antagonistic. That's not good. Also, yeah, no leaks or spoilers. Thank you, Reeve.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes.
Yeah, that's the problem. Don't be antagonistic like this. Zelio, Starrail.
Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential?
That's fair,
Such
too.
As your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
These are fair questions.
An emergency response plan?
We are planning to evacuate the city in case all goes wrong. Maybe? Oh, does she even actually have a plan? I think that she does, but I don't think that... Okay, so the thing is, she keeps drawing a line between the gods and the people, and I think that there is that kind of a split in, like, her mindset. So it really is very much a... She might not have actually considered that. It's a boat, a really big boat.
Oh,
Void Ark, no!
Look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
Also, the knave. You know as well as everyone else does that the one who actually makes these kind of decisions is not Farina, but actually Neuvillette. So...
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Kinda.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice
Move everyone to Sumeru.
Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
Have they not used that for anything? I thought it was powering everything.
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
He makes the trial decisions, but like, it's not necessarily that. It's she's already had a meeting with them. She could already probably tell that he's the one who's kind of making the shots, sort of a thing. Or at least, you know, in the parental kind of position.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina.
Oof.
I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium.
Oh, shoot. Is he okay?
But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is at the party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Ooh, that's an interesting theory, Hex. Honestly, I can see that, especially with her odd-colored eyes sort of a thing going on. That's interesting. Yeah, no, she is just saying, like, she has a point. Linny's already on it now, yeah.
That's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Farina.
Of course I will. Although, I must
yeah,
say,
Fatui's
Miss
not
Farina,
trustworthy
you
either.
seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
These aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know what Neuvillette's task was. If I had to guess, he probably went down to deal with the surging primordial sea, but really deal with it all by himself? And is Farina being truthful or not?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise.
You're right, if I take another bite of cake, I'm gonna get put into jail again.
You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer. Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
So, like, we haven't been, like, poisoned, right?
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table.
Nah, I think it is.
And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Yeah, no one questions what Paimon is, which is very neat.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Sure.
Paimon's coming too.
Hey.
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined.
Why Neuvillette told you to keep down low?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Girl.
Doesn't matter. If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
You don't need to... You really don't need to keep up appearances like that. Okay. Oh, shoot. I I was so used to holding down E to turn into the cat box that I forgot that I wasn't actually right now. Paimon is Paimon. Yeah, obviously. You don't need to ask any more questions. I don't like how quiet it is. I mean, I know there wouldn't be any guards around here, but like... Hey.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse.
Of course.
I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
Yeah, alright. What do you actually want to talk to us about?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
I don't necessarily believe you.
Do I look like an irresponsible father to you?
No, but a manipulative one.
The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children.
Paimon is a balloon, you're right. So, what else?
Formal
Really?
topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Linny.
We really are just gossiping about your kids.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me.
Wow, that... Yeah.
By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Furina?
Yeah, I think she does care about them. Yeah. Cares about the kids, wants to make sure they're okay, teaches them how to get away with crime.
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine.
I was just in prison.
Able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
Survival skills.
And that's everything that happened during the trial.
Oh?
Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused?
Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you.
I mean, who wouldn't want to go and pet a cat?
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
Okay, yeah, no, but the cat did not agree with that. Okay.
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious.
I like the cloak.
Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed.
Yeah, but at least Venti isn't pretending about that, at least. His whole thing was literally just, I leave the jurisdiction all of this to you. And Furina is like, I am still the arbiter of justice. Oh, not the cat.
It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all.
She's under a curse?
And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Did the Hydro Archon piss off Celestia at some point? And then part of the sentence... Ooh, I have theories.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you, please.
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning.
Maybe the previous one wasn't a previous one. And current Hydro Archon is just a previous one, you know, again, cursed. We don't know. Could be like forbidden knowledge. We have seen things like that in multiple places now.
I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried.
Oh.
She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake.
That's why she was so uncomfortable. Oh.
There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
Cutscene? No.
You know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
Okay.
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification.
Have I stood under the fountain? I have. It's... The fountain is sad.
It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds,
Oh, hi.
I'm sure we will work together someday.
Hello, we're being menaced. Kind of. Proposition? I don't know. What's up?
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. but this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina.
So...
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal the sluice gate.
We have been gaslit, gatekept, and quite possibly girl-bossed.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Hey, so what are you guys planning to do to keep everyone safe?
Permission granted.
Okay. You have enough power to force back the primordial sea. Does this mean you have some deeper connection with the Hydro Archon?
Whoa. It can't be
No.
the real Hydro Archon.
He's a dragon, probably.
But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk.
He's an otter. You're right.
We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
Fontaine's very haunted.
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
Let's see. What did you sense? Did you manage to protect those that needed to be defended? What did you sense?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex...
That doesn't sound like an answer to that question, but okay.
So much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Maybe it's like, do you sense that the prophecy is happening? Maybe that's what it was. Oh, and now he's sad.
Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Oh no, he's sad! Give him a hug. Clear sky suddenly filled with dark clouds. Rain became heavier. Light rain soon growing to a downpour. And just moments before, Neuvillette has just mentioned his sense of grief. Thinking back to that legend and what Freminet said. It said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Finally! Someone's finally putting it together. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. Wait, Neuvillette, you can't be! You can't be! It's not possible!
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He is the dragon sovereign of water.
The dragon of...
No way! That's impossible.
Please do not be so surprised.
I'm not.
Farina?
Neuvillette, are you listening?
No, he needs to go and check up on his kid.
My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water.
We didn't guess randomly!
Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
I'm on.
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Oh no, she's not actually his kid. I just like calling her that because like he's very much parental guardianing. Also, thank you for gifting a sub out to Yasumi. Wow. So mind blown that you're gifting another sub. It's such a surprise. It was shocking. A twist. Nobody could have guessed that.
Right.
Radioactive. Radioactive.
Keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
I see you're being bribed.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included,
Really?
possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
Ooh. Also, Meowdy, hello. I am getting hit with that lore.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
Oh.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far
There's a
less about
succession
part of our
cycle to
ancient
the
history.
dragons? We should go and talk to Apep. Apep hates us, but like we can talk to him.
In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me.
So, can we start collecting the Neoses to give back to the dragons?
Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Can we still talk to Apep? Probably not. I think she would actually eat us on sight.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
But like that's the only because Apep is actually like one of the dragon sovereign, like one of the initial ones. So like she would actually know more about what's happening in the world.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Might do that later.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried.
Do you think that is Dvalin the initial dragon, or was Dvalin like a later dragon? I don't think that he was one of the initial ones, right? Ajaya is currently busy being dead. That's true. Just take Nebula to a pep spot. But we'd have to take him into the desert, which he said is an assassination attempt. Anyway, yeah, sure.
We'll see you another time.
Yeah, he's just a dragon, not a sovereign.
Take care.
That's what it was. Okay. I am very over time now, so I think I'll do very quick wrap up next 30 minutes, right? Yeah. I think looking right into the camera here, I think that I might possibly finish this up later. Just 30 more minutes. I don't believe you anymore. Did you just call him Nerdville? Why would he be hot? He has water. He would be very cool, I would imagine. He's a nerd about water. Guess it's close enough. Lukewarm. How dare. Someone hasn't cooked ramen. I have. Oh, after you talk to these four, I probably should go. Just because I know I'll end up getting, like, what is it, tangenting and stuff. Yeah, the Maid from Morocco is absolutely a human invention. No, definitely. Berry Pup just like, where go? Where food? Speaking of tangents about Baldur's Gate 3, I don't know what you're talking about. No, nothing happened. Nothing bad ever happened. Berry Pup is fine! He's fine. He'll be okay. I'll feed him on Wednesday. Let me see, who can I read? You know what? You brought up Baldur's Gate. You know what? Shara is streaming Baldur's Gate. So I think I will raid Shara. Dvalin suddenly appeared after... Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. What do you mean, feed him on Wednesday? He's fine. He's okay. He's alive. Another 250 to your collection. I'm a little afraid. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. And I will be back on Wednesday for very end of this. And finally, picking up Nilu. Time out, Reef, to end the stream. No! I can't. That'd be mean. Maybe another time. Alrighty. So, Saved Nilo from homelessness. She's fine. Oh, but she did it. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Okay, so I'm out of things to say, so I will see you again on Wednesday for more character questing. Probably. Oh, no, you're back. You're gonna have to type fast. I think there's 10 seconds left. So you can be immune. Wow, look at the time. I think we have to go now, so take care. Bye-bye.